The story begins with two best friends, Sam Christie, an American, and Philip Latak, a Filipino from the province of Ifugao that also happens to be Sam's assistant who works in the same agency in Manila. One day, Philip received a message saying that his grandfather has become ill.
What? Grandpa sick? Since when? I have to file a leave.
And that he needs to come home to see him. Coincidentally, it also happened that it was Sam's last month in the Philippines, so he decided to tag along with Philip.
Can I file a leave? My grandpa's sick and I need to go back home.
It's urgent matter, so sure.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh wait, can I come? I mean, since it's my last month, I wanna go there just for like, get some sleep.
Alright. But are you sure? My hometown's far and we ain't that rich.
Well, I'm up for an station.
Two friends have been in the bus station for over half an hour, yet there was still no bus. The bus station was actually a narrow side street which sloped down to a deserted plaza.
Hey, Sam. One favor. Let me take a street.
Sure, you're welcome to. Just make sure we'll have some left when we get to the town.
As soon as Philip got Sam's approval, he brought out a bottle of White Label, one of four, from the bag full of candies, cigarettes, and matches for the natives. The bus finally came and Sam Christie, since he was a foreigner, was given the seat of honor next to the driver. After the bus had started for the first time during their stop in Baguio, Sam Christie felt sleepy. He dozed his head, knocking intermittently against the hard edge of his seat, and in that limbo between wakefulness and sleep, he hurtled briefly to his home in Boston, to that basement study his father had tidied up, and in the mementos of his years with the agency. Sam had not actually intended to serve in the agency, but he had always wanted to travel, and after college, a career with the agency offered him the best chance of seeing the world.
That's my name up here. And that's why I was baptized as Philip.
Tell me more about your grandfather.
There isn't much worth knowing about him.
How old is he?
80 or more?
He must be a character.
And the village doctor. You know, mumbo jumbo and stuff, you know. I was taken ill when I was young. Something I ate, perhaps. I had to go to the mission hospital, and that evening he came in tight. There in the ward, he danced to drive away the evil spirits that had gotten hold of me.
And the doctor?
He was broad-minded. They withstood it, the gongs and the stamping.
It must have been quite a night.
Hell, I was never so embarrassed in my life. Much later, thinking of it, I realized that the old man never did that thing again for anyone, not even his own son. My father lay dying.
They spent their time on the bus chit-chatting about the places they're passing by.
That's where I first learned about Jesus Christ and Scotch. They marked me for success.
Nice.
The two travelers got down from the bus and walked to one of the bigger houses. The walk to Philip's village itself was not far from the town. The village was no more than 10 houses in a valley, which were different from the other Ifugao homes.
You have decided to visit us after all. I thought the city had worn you so completely that you have forgotten this humble place and its humble people. I must apologize, sir, for his bringing you to this poor house. His deed embarrassed us.
We work at the same office.
I know, sir.
And mindful of his younger brother's ribbing, Sadek dragged in some buttered chairs from within the house and set them in the living room.
Father had a high fever and we all thought the end was near. I didn't want to bother you, but the old man said you should come. He is no longer angry with you for a living. It big he has forgiven you.
There's nothing to forgive my brother, but if he wants to, he can show his forgiveness by opening his wine jar. Is he drinking still?
He was abandoned the jar for some time now. But now that you are here, he will drink again.
They went down, toiled up the hill on the way to their grandfather's house.
Where's Grandpa?
He's inside the room.
Americano! Americano!
What happened over there, Phil?
I asked him where we could get a boat and he said he didn't know. And when I told him it was for an American friend, he got mad. He never likes strangers, son. He said they took everything from him, tranquility, me. Hell, you couldn't do anything to an old man, son. You shouldn't have bothered him at all. Now, tell me, have I spoiled your day here? The old man wants a feast tomorrow night. You Benvenida, of course.
You'll be a dog too.
I'm thinking about you. You should come. It will be a bore and a just night.
But Sam Christie's interest had been piqued, and even when he realized that Philip Latak really did not want him to come, he decided that this was one party he would not miss. The next day, they tried and tried to search for a god, but they got none. They even tried buying the people's gods, but they didn't want to sell their gods because of a reason.
You must understand the religion, and if you understand it, then you know why it's difficult to get this God. Then you know why the Ifugaos are so attached to it. It's a religion based on fear, retribution. Every calamity or every luck which happened to them is based on his belief. A good harvest means the goods are pleased. A bad one means they are angered.
It's not different from Christianity then. Christianity is based on fear too. Fear of hell and the final judgment. How can one who loses his soul regain it?
It takes cataclysm, something tragic to knock a man back to his wits, to make him realize his loss.
And the Ifugaos, they never lose their soul.
They are all human beings, but look what is in this mountain lock country. It is poor, let there be no doubt about it. They don't make enough to eat, but there is less greed and pettiness. There are no land grabbers, no scandals.
Really? I must not leave Ifugao without that god. It's more than just a souvenir. It will remind me of you and also this place. The samurai sword, you should have seen was the place where I got it and the people I had to deal with to get it. It's not just a souvenir, you know. It belonged to a soldier who had fought in the South Pacific and had managed somehow to save the ship. When he was a mace prisoner, but his daughter. It's a sad story. Sad to go to college, he was majoring in English, and he didn't have tuition money.
Why are you in the agency, son?
Because I have to go somewhere, just as you have to do.
I'm glad you're in the agency. We need people like you. We will be luckier tomorrow, I know. You will have your God, Sam. This is a way I can scream for you.
Whoa, whoa, you can't do that. That's not fair. And what will happen to you, or to the man who you got, you will see.
Lux, if you believe all that trash,
You cannot kill a god, not even for him.
you'll have your God.
Sam Christie went to sleep with the wind, sowing in the pines, the kikida swearing in the grass. He had no idea what time it was, but it must have been past midnight.
I told you I get it. I told you I'll steal a god.
What have you done?
It's okay. He can always make a new god. And when he makes a new one, there will be another god to steal.
You're lucky you have someone who loves you so much, but you didn't know. You should take it back.
Hell no! If I take it back, it'll be the death of the old man.
If you won't take it back, then I will.
What do you think he'll do when he finds out that an American stole his god?
After that day, Sam hadn't seen his best friend Philip. Then suddenly, his older brother Sadek informed Sam that their grandfather died because his god was stolen. After that information, he decided to visit the old man's house, but Philip meets him with anger and loathing.
What are you doing here? If you're gonna force me to go back to Manila, I'm not going.
Phil!
It's your fault that I lost him. I lost my grandpa who loves me most. If only you aren't so determined, I killed him because of you. That's it.
I told you, Phil, I didn't want to steal it. Remember when I even wanted to return it? Please, let's talk over it.
That's it. You'll always find a way because you have money.
We're friends.
Leave me alone. We aren't friends. If you really are, you wouldn't come here searching for a god to buy. Please, leave me alone, Sam.